school. You don't have to. It is the process we'll say it's challenged by choice. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. No one's going to force you to do it. So, yo hablo inglés. Okay. Yo hablo español. Muy malo. Muy malo. Me. Or what's okay? So Patricio, does everyone know Patricio Vivo Gonzalez? He's going to help me with the Spanish. So, does anyone need the Spanish? Okay, all right. So. Do you want to do this in Spanish? I'm going to try to talk less than more. Okay.
Music. Okay.
So this would be important. So what I like to do when I do these kind of groups that are more of like less therapy. This isn't therapy, but we're gonna act as if it's therapy. We're gonna kind of like go through how. I'm just gonna demonstrate how I would do a therapy group. So we're gonna act as if it was therapy, and we'll just kind of do it. It's gonna be really fast because we don't have a lot of time. We're just gonna jump around. We're gonna do a lot of stuff as much as we can do in the time that we need to. And any questions, you can come to me after for the next 2 days because we're not going to have a lot of time to answer questions. And also you can go on your own journey to find out how to answer the questions just like anyone else has had to do that does this kind of work because there isn't a lot out there on how to do it. You good? Yes. Okay, so sonido y sonido. Sound on sound. Looping. So we're going to do that. Like what I usually do in a group is I start by doing some looping as a warm-up. So this is a microphone.
Russell, can I ask you to speak console?
Okay. My goal is to not have to do too much speaking and just sonido y sonido, and you'll see. Watch. So this, and hopefully I don't get feedback. If I get feedback, a screech, I'm sorry. It's just kind of what's happening for me lately is getting lots of feedback. So. Hello. Okay, so the microphone goes on the speakers. And watch. So this is looper. It's a looper. Hola. So that's how it works. It just says over and over, repeats. So what I like to do to start is for everyone just to say their name into the microphone, and we'll record it and listen to it. So just your name. So I'll start. So Russell.
Patricia. Malu. Naomi.
Patricio.
Mariela. Olga. Cecilia.
Fabián.
Leonardo.
Catherine. Elise. Kaylin. Lisa.
Russell.
Patricia. Malu. Naomi.
Patricio.
Mariela. Olga. Cecilia.
Fabián. Leonardo.
Catherine. Elise. Kaylin. Lisa.
Russell.
Patricia.
So now we
Malu.
so now we just add a
Now.
maybe total sonido.
Patricio. Mariela. Olga.
Sonido.
Any sounds?
Cecilia.
Sonido.
Fabián. Leonardo.
Catherine. Kaylin. Lisa.
Russell.
Patricia. Malu. Naomi.
Patricio.
Olga. Cecilia.
Fabián. Leonardo.
Catherine. Madu. Naomi.
Patricio.
Olga. Cecilia.
Fabián. Leonardo.
Catherine.
So now we all know each other. So that's our introduction. Now what I'll do is I'll erase it and we'll try something like making like or ooh or ah. So humming some way, okay? We'll each of us will take a turn and we'll hum or but not softer. So not loud. If it's loud, fuerte, it will jump. You know, because we want to try to be soft. So no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just because we're always just going to keep building up. You'll see. I think you'll see as we do it. If we don't like, we can do a bunch of them just to start. So we'll see. And we might have to try it a couple times to really get it. Cause we'll see how it goes. Because the acoustics of every room are different. I like acoustics.
Again. Haz un sonido suave.
So that is sonido live looping. And you can, I like to do the, I don't know what the word would be, ambiente. It's more hard to do that with in therapy. With you guys are more willing to take direction, you know, when you're dealing with, you know, with people that are, you know, having severe problems. Sometimes they don't understand people, you know, which is funny, and we all laugh, and maybe that's what we need at that time, because life is really serious for a lot of people. So what I like to do is start by doing a couple of those and try and maybe like to do, so now that you guys did awesome, so really bravo, that was really great, because usually it takes a couple tries to get there, and sometimes you can go really, which is okay though. It's like I can play like with, see if I can find some.
That's right.
So do you guys want to, like, one thing I like to do a lot with this is work with like b-boys, like break dancers, you know, and they beatbox on it, and it's really fun, and it's really easy. So does anyone, and then try to get people to like have maybe a couple microphones and start, you know, like 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4, this is me, don't ignore, you know, like freestyle rapping is how I like to do it. Because that's the kind of, I work with urban population. It's mucho diferente than here, but still they like the urban stuff. So does anyone want to try to start with the beatbox? And I heard a little beatbox. Actually, you ready? Okay, no, you don't have to, because we're all going to add to it, and it's really good, you know, we're trying to get a little energy, because it's nice, it feels like that, you know, quiet is good, but we need to probably get some energy too to wake up. So, anyone want to try, beatbox? Okay. And what I want you to do is just kind of start going, and I'm going to hear your meter, your rhythm, and then I'll record it. So it's going to take a couple times around, so it's not like that, so like, and then I'll hear it, and then and then we'll hear it, okay? Keep going. See if we got it. Okay, so we can try to maybe just add stuff to it without recording it, and then we'll maybe record some stuff too. And if you don't want, you can pass the microphone. Do you want to say that?
Si alguien no se siente cómodo, puede pasar el micrófono.
Yeah, stop recording. And it's also good to stand up. Because you can't really get the rhythm when you're sitting down. It's hard. so now we'll record. We'll go around and record. So we'll listen to it.
No sé,
Okay, so that is live looping really quick. What we're going to do is now kind of come over here. We're going to kind of look at what's over here, and we're going to move on. And then at the end, we're going to hopefully, if my speaker can handle it, combine live looping and what we have over here. Well, it's arcade buttons actually. So it is. It's like a game. It's really fun. So, fitting with the theme of the conference, living with uncertainty. I created a completely solar-powered portable. This is all can be powered. Everything you see here can be powered by that solar panel over here. So this is the solar panel. It goes in this battery. It goes into this, and then this turns out it powers everything. So it's not perfect. It's much better to use electricity. It's much better to be able to use like a plug. But it's still cool. So like this could be taken anywhere where there isn't electricity to do this kind of stuff. To me, really something that's really special. Wait, yeah, there's no sun here. I don't even think there's UV. I don't bring a multimeter, but I don't think like that would do anything. It would take like a year to fill up that battery. So this, and if everyone wants to grab one of these or one of these controllers, and don't worry, it's meant to. I've been using this for about half a year now. It can take a. So everyone, so you might have to, yeah. And what I call this is the digital drum circle. So this is a drum circle. So no in the button, oh man, we got a bunch of kids around, los niños.
Yo tenía que estar
Here, we got just a couple more over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, how to.
Ya.
So I'm developing this as a wireless instrument, but programming, because I'm an expressive therapist and I went to Lesley University, I graduated in May. Programming isn't really what they taught us there at Lesley. So I have been having to teach myself programming. It's like a long process. So it's going to take me a while, but I've got all the parts and I've already put it together now. Just programming it that's taking the time. So all these wires, programming. Well, it's three different. It goes from processing to max to max for live into live. But the only programs I've
Está contando los programas que utilizó para programarlo. Uno se llama Processing y otro se llama Max. And what else do you use?
Live, Ableton Live.
Live Ableton no tiene traducción. Son todos programas. Live Ableton es uno que se usa necesariamente.
O sea, él se ha basado en sus programas y ha creado.
Y estaba explicando de que él es Expressive Art Therapist y en la carrera no le enseñan a hacer esto. Así que fue todo un proceso el mezclar todas estas cosas.
¿Y él es músico?
Are you a musician?
I know a little bit about music. Yeah.
Yo no.
I love it.
Le están preguntando si él es músico y dice que lo ama.
Intermodal. All right. So the wires connect us, but they're also pain. So I even though I love the aesthetics of the wires, they're really a pain to deal with.
Bueno, si bien
It's a tree. It's like a tree.
Es como un árbol y que estamos todos conectados y que do you like the aesthetic?
I love the aesthetics.
¿Le gusta la estética que te resultó teniendo?
And the one that I use for therapy is made from wood.
Usa para terapia, de hecho son de madera.
So in itself, the buttons. So why don't we start? The buttons are instruments themselves, you know. Here we go. Yeah. So, but that's not fun. So we're gonna. The important thing here is that our initial inclination is just to hit the buttons and hit the buttons and hit the buttons, but we really need to give each other the space to allow other people to hit the buttons too, because what happens is we will play all together, but it's also good to let people have a chance to not play together too, so they can hear. So you're really gonna have to. I'm gonna be giving directives, and the key is to be able to follow my directives, because what will happen is chaos will ensue and it won't be much fun.
Va a haber mucho caos porque todos vamos a querer tocar los botones, entonces lo que está sugiriendo es que al principio lo sigamos un poco a él y él va a dar algunas lecciones.
Okay. So the first instrument we're going to play, and in my research, I just wrote a thesis on this. This is the preferable instrument to everyone.
Los instrumentos preferidos, ¿no?
Yeah.
Favorite.
So what we're going to do is, and it's the piano. So what we're going to do is we're going to just go in a circle and everyone's just going to jam on their buttons just for 10-15 seconds. I'm going to turn the volume up. So you ready, Malu?
Yes.
We're going to go in order or all?
Yeah, no, it's one at a time. One at a time. Okay, yeah, so it's freestyle jazz. But what you'll have to realize is, for this, we're always going to go, we're going to let everyone go one at a time first, so people can hear the sound sonido, and then they know, because if they don't know what sonido they have, then it gets lost. So everyone's like, but if you kind of know what your sound is, then it's easier to make. So we always, for every instrument, we always start by going around and letting everyone hear their instrument.
So we are just going to get familiar with the sound.
Como una tecla.
Claro.
Una tecla.
Notes. Y lo vamos a hacer cada uno de forma de que todos podamos saber cuál es nuestro propio color, nuestro propio sonido.
Okay, so we ready?
Okay.
Para expressive art.
Okay, so
Sonido y color es lo mismo.
Well, yeah, it's the software. So it's low skill, high sensitivity. One button creates many different random and harmonious notes. So for people that aren't musicians, they become instant musicians.
Right.
And it's really, to me, it's really beautiful. And like I find myself just like with the piano, just in this software running, just like it's really soothing to me. So why don't we just take 10? Everyone just get a chance to do a little. We're going to do a bunch of different instruments.
One question: they're like tuned to a model. Like, are all the notes in a modality? Musical
16 notes, so in order, like C, B, plus the sharps and flats, 16 notes, and then that's it. But then the software takes in and brings in all on a piano, or so it's like 100 and whatever, 30, 160, yeah.
Okay.
So everyone, let's play. So. drum circles with clients. Even if it's just a traditional drum circle, I like to do something. And I think they call it like rumble, but I call it wake the gods. which is like a Tibetan thing, like in the Tibetans, they'll just bang on things. So I think right now is a good time to wake the gods. That means everybody, Toto, just let's wake, so let's wake the gods. So here, so can you say wake the gods like for
Sí, despertando a los dioses.
The gods got angry. Okay. I'm gonna try that.
Porque no soy una persona.
Niños, los niños. The first, the primera tiempo, I was with like 3 años to 18, like, in a public housing projects. In the todo tiempo, the entire time.
Todo el tiempo.
Orphanage?
No, like public housing, like state housing, like the
Residential.
ghetto.
Ah,
The
no,
ghetto.
Te queda, como un
Casas del Estado.
Sí,
como un barrio, que es barrio, claro.
No, it's not the same. The state owns it, and it's like like buildings, and they pay for your rent for free.
pensiones, esas pensiones donde hay muchas gente y todos viven juntos.
Welfare, whatever. And the entire time, they just hit the buttons without stopping. And whenever I would try to get it stopped, someone else hit the button. You know, so I was like, so that was the first time. But I learned how to.
How do you do it?
You can.
Russell,
What?
you said you learned.
Yeah,
What
you
do you do
can.
with
Well,
them
you
now?
can separate them and have solos, so only one button can play at one time. Because right now we're all connected to one instrument, but I can separate it out. So it's only so you can pick and choose. So it doesn't matter. They can hit the button as much as they want, but nothing will come out of it.
Entonces, él encontró una manera que pueda usar la tecnología en la cual le da canales separados a cada instrumento. Entonces, cuando puede filtrar solamente.
We're gonna do a little bit of drumming now, and this is so. Does everyone know Kanye West?
Kanye West.
So here we go. We're gonna do some Kanye West.
Vamos a hacer Kanye West que no sé muy bien. Kanye West
So-
es como Kanye.
Es un músico. Es un músico.
Es música.
Sí,
Esa es música.
Para esa traducción es
So
perfecta.
everyone is gonna go around and they're gonna listen to what their instrument is, so they know. So they know. So everyone's gonna hear what their instrument is because we have drum sounds now, and that way we know what our instrument is, so we can do a little bit of drumming. So
Okay.
so it's. Poco, poquito, not too much, just enough. No, it doesn't matter. You hit it, but just you ever. No. Okay, so you guys ready?
Yeah.
quiet, stuff like that. So when I go like that means you're going to go and you're going to be quiet. When I go like that means you're going to go and they're going to be quiet. Okay, so let's find the...
Sí, pero ¿de dónde?
So we're going to find the beat. Who wants to find the beat? Find the beat.
The beat is the...
We gotta find, yeah, the rhythm. We gotta find the rhythm. Who wants to
encontrar el ritmo? Lo que quiere
Puede quedar registrado la cantidad de veces que se tocó, con qué frecuencia se tocó cada uno de estos.
Can you record independently? How many times did we push it? How many
Sure,
times
you
did
could, yeah, you can, yeah, you
For
could.
example, in a group, it's very interesting that this is like your voice.
Yeah.
So, which person cannot stop talking? I don't know. O sea, como para estudiar con el grupo.
She's really interested in if you can know how many times one person is like using it, because
You
it's
could,
the voice. So
you would record it, and then you'd have to go back and actually count, because it would show you the notes. You'd have to count how many notes. And you could, if you wanted, it wouldn't just like there's not a button you could hit that would say like, you know, sentenza or whatever. But you could do that. What's interesting, but what's shy. No. Yeah. But what's interesting, and I want you to make sure that what I do, and I couldn't do it here because I could only this right here is called a digital, the audio converter. It takes zeros and ones, and it turns them into noise that's actually real, like physical in the world. It takes digital numbers and makes them noise. So that's what that does. Like they have them inside the computer, but this is made specifically. The one that I use a bigger speaker. when I do these groups that's more dynamic, but the one that I use is also allows the sound to go in and it converts sound to digital. So what I do is I have people with the microphone record things, and then when they hit the button, it then says, so like they could be like love hate, or whatever, you know. And that's usually what I do with this group, but because it just weighs too much, and I had to travel so far, I had to try to make it as simple as possible. But that can be really interesting, because then you can start really getting into like if someone's shy, like challenging them to try to say something.
Somebody who cannot stop talking.
And then mute them or turn them down, that kind of stuff. Yeah, because that is part of therapy, it's boundaries.
He likes to be a solo, the rhythm, and you have to keep to the rhythm, and hold the group that way, and then like giving the first roll.
So what we're going to try now.
And sorry, what if you, for example, I was thinking, if the people don't like the sound of her.
Sometimes.
Yeah. What you do? Is possible to change, or you try to work with that?
I usually like ask, like, is there an instrument that you're interested in, and then we try to do that. You know, but yeah, sometimes like in my research, I really learned about what people like what I might like. Like, not everyone likes like punk rock, you know what I mean? So you have to try to find like a balance.
¿Cuál no le gusta a todo el mundo?
Yeah, so if it's like da da, you know, and people are like, oh, you know, so you have to learn, like you have to start. It's like you have to use your clinical like listening, whether that's like verbally or non-verbally, to what people like, and try to find that middle ground. Because some noises, especially like when I do this for music therapists, oh my God, because music therapists are so into to musical theory and whatnot, that they really have a hard time with certain noises, that someone who doesn't have an ear that's that tuned to music might be like, yeah, whatever. You have to be conscious of that, very conscious of it. So what we have here is a band. It's a simple band, it's not very complicated, but we are now the band. So this is our first day as a band. So, you know, we're playing for Woodstock. You know, we got like you know, there's like hippies going back like as far, there's like hippies everywhere. And we need to perform. Alright? So there's 4 different parts to the band. There's a drummer, 4 people will be the drummer, 4 people will be the guitar, 4 people will be the keys, and then 4 people will be the bass. So I don't know who's who. I think I heard some keys over here. So why don't we just find out who's who in the band?
Okay.
Can you tell us what we are?
Good here.
Vas a descubrirlo.
So I'm guessing that you guys are the guitar, you ladies. Okay, so now you're one. Now you are one. So you are the guitar. Okay. So you guys are gonna have to do some mean solos because Jimi Hendrix is now in the building. So now we got so you guys are the bass. So you guys are gonna need to find that. Like you're the bass, and now you're the forte. You're the bass. So now what do we got here? Introducing, we have, on keys. Ooh, on the keys. Hey, coming all the way from somewhere in the world, we got the keys. All right, yeah. All right. Everyone's ready to jam. And then, so we're the drums. So we're the rhythm section. We got the rhythm section over here. So we're...
Identify the sound.
You're one.
Los teclados.
Yeah.
It's just fun. We're just having fun. Okay, so, alright, so the crowd's getting really anxious. You know, we just flew in via helicopter, they're going crazy. We've got to perform. So, and I've done this, it'll work. We'll get there. It's going to take a little while. It's going to be chaos. We will find. We're practically, you know, you can't just form a band in like 10 seconds, which we just did. So it's gonna take some practice. But we gotta go. So we're going on stage. Oh, now we're on stage. You guys ready? So the word that they use, like Mitchell has written some papers about this, is attunement. And what it is that we will become tuned into each other. We just have to trust it. We will find the band. We just have to, and that's called attunement. So I think, I'm pretty sure. So we'll get there. It's going to take a little. It's going to, we're going to have to go through some. We're going to have to work at it. But all right. So the bass. You want to give us a bass line? And you can actually hold like a sustained note. So like 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, you can. So you don't have to just go. You can go long. You're not going to hear yourself, so I'm going to do a couple of solos. So try to just keep going and see if we can just keep the rhythm, and I'm going to solo people up. So we'll get back in the groove. We got to get back in the groove. that I do also in groups is I'll just have the guitar on all of them, and what I'll do is we'll just do the Wake the Gods, where we'll just all go crazy, and then when someone's feeling the urge, they stand up, and everyone stops, and that person then, so just jam on it for a second, just one of you. And so just like, does a solo, so they start, doing the solo, doing the guitar solo, and then they sit down and everyone starts going again, and then the next person gets the urge, and it's like popcorn, it's not, and then that person stands up, and it's like, stop. And for the people that I work with, they've spent many years, right now, the current people that I work with, which are actually adults, they've spent many years in prisons and in these institutions, so they are like very, very strong. These are people that have had very violent lives, and to be able to show that, to stand up like that and just be goofy is really hard for them, because in jail, you can't do that. If you show any kind of weakness in jail, like, you get punked out. And I'm sure that that's like that in every jail in the world, is my guess. So, and the whole point is to keep them out of jail, because it costs society and it costs them a lot. So, hopefully I help a little bit, So, to end this, we're going to try something. Okay, so we're going to have to be quiet. We're going to try something that I've been working on, but it's in development. Well, this is all in development. It's only been about a year that I've been working on this. This is a new thing that I'm doing, and it's a symphony. So everyone has different instruments from a symphony, and it's been too much for my computer, so my computer gets stuck sometimes. But I want to just share with you kind of the idea, and we'll try it and see what happens. But what it is what I've been doing is giving people the opportunity to conduct the symphony. We become the symphony, and then the person stands up, and I show them, so you give the time, then sustain, and it's a dance, and it's like movement and music. And I've conducted the symphony many times, but I've only had one person actually stand up to conduct the symphony, but it's something that I really want to work on, and I think it has a lot of potential therapeutically because I work with men, and I think to get them to do that is just amazing. And I think it has an impact. So we'll try. We'll see what happens with our symphony. It's going to be really chaotic, I think. But we'll try. Maybe someone can conduct the symphony. Maybe they can do a better job than me. So why don't we go around again and just let everyone hear what they have and just hope that it works. So a couple times. Okay. All right. So you go. Okay. Okay.
Strings.
Strings?
Yeah, that.
cello?
Sí, es el cello.
I want to turn that down a little bit. Can you hear it one more time? That's woodwind, so you're like flute.
It's a flute, yeah. Piccolo. You should.
A little more.
Yeah, better.
We're the same, right?
Yeah.
You're all
Okay, okay, you're the same, so you're a section. There's 2 people each section on this one.
She has violence.
There's 2 people for each section.
Strings.
But it's actually you two. If you look.
Yeah.
So what do we have? So what do we have here? I'm already starting to tear up. Okay, so we got the piano here. And if you want to trade too, that's okay. Okay, so you two are the piano. You notice that
¿Y crees tú se
Okay.
Podría de ser como.
Tuba.
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 That is tuba.
Okay, some more tuba. Okay, we're just having fun with with it. Who wants to conduct a symphony? Okay, great.
So should I?
Yeah, so she can use, and then you're going to need to stand in the front. Well, you're the conductor, so we have to follow you. You want to?
There is no way.
I can do this.
Okay, so tell us what your directives are going to be.
Yeah. I'm gonna do like this, and then if I go like this, I want that person to go louder, and if I go like this, quieter.
Okay, so that means,
sense?
yes, so that means it's going to be a solo, so that means everyone else has to stop because this is
Yeah, it's too
on
loud.
or off.
Okay.
There's no, what's the word, timbre. There's no,
okay.
it's just loud.
Okay, so solo, and then so then this one. I can't do quiet.
So what I would do would be solo and then sustained notes.
Okay.
And then, so you could, it's really easy to do that. So, but thank you because this is how I learned is by actually doing this
Because
stuff.
I get lost, and you
yeah.
get lost, and then it's like I'm trying to cue the sounds.
May I try to do it?
Yes. Okay. But we should be okay. Now, so can you try to make this clear that the computer gets stuck because it's turning all sorts of ones and zeros, like millions and billions of ones and zeros, into an actual physical sonido.
Entonces la computadora se está trabando porque está intentando meter un montón de unos y ceros que se transforman en un montón de sonidos por un mismo canal.
And so when you hear that it's stuck, everyone, Todo, has to just go like that and should unstick it.
Entonces cuando sentamos que está trabado, todos juntos tenemos que hacer hacemos así para destrabarlo.
That would be good
To be a sign.
as conducting for you to do. It's just like everyone click, and then you can start again.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah. What I think that I can do is that we have to concentrate a lot on silence.
Yeah.
Silence. Okay. Silence. Everybody, silence. Silence. And then there will be some accents, some soft accents, because this is going to be this is going to be like very soft silence, and to let us identify one of you.
Yeah, I think
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it doesn't get too stuck. It should. That way it should.
There's one that is
Still stuck. So let's try it. So let's everyone do, because we have a note that's actually stuck.
What?
Well, no. Okay. Okay. So we're good. So I can control the volume. So we'll keep the volume fairly slow. And if you want, that's the volume right there. So it's completely off. So here. So everyone, no one could. So I think you said it in a very poetic and beautiful way, but really what he's saying is don't hit your buttons until he tells you to hit your buttons.
Can you try?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. It's perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
It's going to be slow. Slow. Slow, slow, slow.
guys. Buenos tardes. We've got 5 minutos.
Hay 5 minutos.
And well, maybe what we should do is just go around and have everyone just, because remember we're acting as if this would be almost exactly like one of my groups with a little bit more processing at the end. Maybe like instead of like having to get out of here, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes to allow people to share their experiences. And then the way I see it is that after the group is when the group really begins, because now you've all experienced something. And even though it isn't therapy, if something did come up for you, and if you're feeling like, just talk to me, talk to someone here. Don't just like go off. In my training, we call this work psychic surgery. So post-surgery, you don't just go out and play basketball or football. You have to take care of yourself. So I think that you guys are all, fuerte and you'll be all right. But if anything did come up, please, talk to somebody and just take care of yourself. And what usually happens to me after these groups is I feel like just very creative and I feel inspired. So don't just push it down. Just let it come up. You know what I mean? So Muelo? Malu, do you want to come back? So why don't we just quickly let everyone just share, just briefly, however you want to share what your experience was.
Cada uno va a compartir un poco cómo fue su experiencia.
And you can help for the Espanol. Okay. So does anyone? We can do a popcorn style.
It was really nice. I'm a zero musical person, but I have that purchase of mine of being zero, and so it's good to that harmonic part and working with others, that your song like blend with others, and hopefully you found in others the ability to make you feel part of something that.
Okay.
It creates a safe environment.
Yeah.
So that first you're afraid to give your voice, but
Yeah.
then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, let's jam.
Yeah. We are playing. Like you take consciousness that you are playing and not you are doing like a masterpiece.
Sí, es como,
Exactly.
sí, yo lo sentí también como una herramienta que hace que la música sea más accesible para el común denominador como yo, tampoco que no maneja la música.
I feel that this is a wonderful tool to make this music accessible to everyone.
Yeah, it's the same feeling. I'm come from the classical music and all this, so plenty of rules, and you can just make harmony because you need to, I don't know, sing. If the note is with the note, then okay. And when you try to work with people with this music, they think, okay, it's impossible. It's too far from me. I can't understand. And this is a way so plenty to just flow through the music and find the harmony and find the beauty and feel part of this. I think it's
one thing that I felt that is that you grab that button and there is a hidden instrument behind the button, and you don't feel afraid of playing a piano or playing a violin that is so hard to play violin, like I'm trying to learn, and the same with the percussion and that kind of things, and it may like people feel some intimacy, some kind of intimacy. So
I really liked also the mic, and it made me think of another intermodal way would be if we all had a word, and then we would all go around and say our word and create a poem as another way after processing something, then we could create that and share that. And in the same way this felt is where you are part of something bigger, and you have your little bit, so you don't have to be too exposed. So it gives you that sense of like, hey, I'm here. And I've worked with kids that, and youth who have extreme risk stuff going on, residential programs.
Right.
So they would be all part of that. It's a circle. They all have a say, and it's all equal. and no one takes over.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know, and I really appreciated the silence. Because in my piano playing, that's where I need to go to, is the silence, and that made the piece. Because that's what music is silence and sound. So, yeah.
It felt like my button didn't work by itself, not in a bad way, but like I've played music in bands and in groups, and it felt more like I needed to work with the team than it's ever felt playing my own instrument in a group. It didn't feel like I could just play my part. If I did that, it didn't make sense. I had to listen to what other people were doing and try to fit in a way that was very different from any other musical experience that I've had.
On that, I appreciate, but with that, that's also one of the things that I think does trigger people in a negative way, like not having control and feeling like you sometimes see people like spending more time trying to find their button than actually being part of the group, and I think it can frustrate people.
It was frustrating.
Yeah.
It's easy to process that. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
What I found, I'm sorry, but I'm a more visual person, so it would be wonderful if, like, when I pushed it, there was like a new color somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Because I get like the feedback that I'm that, because
Or a light. Or light.
Well, you can.
Yeah, sí, está pensando lo mismo.
What you can do, and I just don't have the time, unfortunately, to do all this programming, but you can actually, using the software, you can actually project anything. So you could have like your own sound, like we could have picked images. If we had like time, we could have actually picked images to fit with all the sounds that would get like a VJ, a video DJ. That's what this software is used for. So you could actually have images that are tied in, and you could actually take it to another level, and you could have certain buttons that change the image. So you could have the person walking forward, you know, with the sound, and then with your button, so you're going like this, you're walking, and then she hits the button, and that person walks backwards, you know what I mean? And that kind of stuff is it's all in development, but yeah, it's a totally intermodal experience, and voice gets added to it. And a lot of times what I do is I do the microphone with the looping with this, and you can actually do real drums and stuff with it too. But that way you can get some of that. It's much easier to do a looping than this, so someone could like do that like and then we can play to that and stuff like that.
How big is your group?
Usually, the most I've ever done is 30, but that was a lot of people they were just watching. You know what I mean? It was hard. It was like come on, get out of the and then for big groups that's what it's like. But in therapy, it's like usually 10 to 15, I think, in that area. Where I'm working right now, it's about 16, 15, 16.
The geriatric population, or people with some sort of disability where they can only have access, like perhaps kids in a wheelchair, you know, you can only have access to using their thumb or a finger or someone, it can be held for them on their, you know, where they could feel like, wow, I'm doing all this great stuff and I'm just hitting this button.
You know what I saw one of those conferences of TED?
Yeah.
TED?
Yes.
They have stuff actually. Like I built one. It's just an infrared device, and you go like this, and it plays the piano.
Yeah.
Up and down. I mean, so you can do. There's lots of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk this experience of this guy who did a device for a guy that had total paralysis.
Yeah.
And he could only move his head. He couldn't even talk good. So and I think that he needed a device to talk. So he did a device for him for his head, and he presented him. He came and presented himself and started doing music. It was so beautiful, so beautiful. I was really having here with my computer, like, wow, this is really something. And you could see the expression on his face of the music that he was doing.
And this was where?
It was incredible.
In TED conferences.
TED conferences.
It costs $10,000 to buy that software, I think, and devices. It's really expensive.
But there's like a technology, like it's really, you can do it by yourself with the software.
Yeah.
The hardware. And with Ableton and that kind of, there is a lot of open source software that you can recreate exactly.
Yeah, I work with
not
the same.
same.
I work with the same software.
Lisa,
Live also. Not software.
Lisa, do you want to say something?
Yeah, it's just like that. The fact that we don't have the actual physical instrument, like, makes you integrate the control into your own body, and it feels like your body becomes like the instrument because you cannot like help like move and like try to replicate the movement of the instrument. So I think it's really interesting, and I see how it could be. Like, it allows you to play the fantasy of being a musician, and without keeping like all the skill it takes.
The years and hours and hours and hours.
It's certainly very accessible.
The positive, like, empowerment of that.
That's the whole point. That's my thing is empowerment. Because the people that I work with, kids,
And I would say it could also work for therapy for musicians, because musicians are all the time like very on their way of playing their instrument and how the music should sound, must sound. And then when you just give this, they don't have control.
You're gonna help me with that because I think you'll probably do a better job than me because that's a tough one. I have to give this presentation at the American Music Therapy Association conference, and they're gonna eat me alive. They're so serious. American Music Therapy Association.
Just come in wearing a clown nose.
Well, no, I don't. Well, I'm gonna even regardless. Musicians are very strong people.
Yeah, but
Bye, everyone.
okay, bye.
Okay.